and we're in the process of building a whole new 4,200 square foot car facility, or I call it the Full Octane Lodge. Welcome to the Full Octane Garage. It's been a little while since we did a video, and part of the problem with that is as you noticed, our backdrop has changed a little bit. We have moved the Full Octane Garage a little bit further south, and we're in the process of building a whole new 4,200 square foot car facility, or I call it the Full Octane Lodge. And its progress has been a little slow. But in our current place, we do have probably about almost 3,500 square feet of 4-car garage, where behind me I'm building my 57 GMC truck. And this is going to be a project we'll start seeing a little bit more of because the body panels are coming back from paint, and we'll start seeing major progress in the next month. Now, what I want to talk about is our new location. We ended up getting a 10-acre horse farm, and we decided that we really don't like horses, but we do like horsepower. So it's going to be a 10-acre horsepower farm. And what we're doing is we're taking a lot of the fencing down. We're expanding the 80 by 30 barn, which is an open horse barn with just stalls. And you'll see in some of the pictures coming up what we did to take that apart. We're actually going to make that a 46 by 100 horsepower barn, more commonly known now as the new Full Octane Lodge. And we still haven't figured out the interior decor yet, but we're really thinking about acid wash floors with some wood type walls, make it look very natural inside. We're going to have exposed rafters in it, but we're going to paint them all black. So we will have an area in this new barn that our vision, and you have to have a vision when you look at this. The vision is definitely something you have to have, because looking at the horse barn, you would never think that this is going to turn into what we're going to make it. So what we're making it is on this, it's going to be a side entrance single 12-foot door, and there's going to be a 10-foot runway or 10-foot driveway from one end of the barn to the other, leading right into the car wash bay. And that car wash bay is going to be a separate 30 by 20 area with its own garage door, its own enclosed area, so that we can work on cars, make messes, wash cars, and not disturb any of the car museum cars, I'll say. So the rest of it's going to be car museum, fit about 7 or 8 cars comfortably in there, parked angled. And then we're going to have probably a 16 by 35 or 40 foot entertaining area. And we're going to resurrect the old booth that we had in the old barn and replicate that wall. And then I'm going to have a Full Octane office in there, along with a workshop and just general fun place to hang out. It's going to be air conditioned and heated. Now comes what we had to do to get here. If you look at some of these pictures, the barn was very overgrown. It had cattle fencing with barbed wire. The previous owner had maintained horses in there, and the horses just made a mess of the place. The barn flooring was all dirt and gravel, and it was on a slope. So our task was to figure out how tall those ceilings we could get by digging some of that out and expanding the front section and relocating a lot of dirt. So we started the process by cleaning the old barn structure out, the enclosed horse barns. You never realize how hard those barns are and how tough they are until you start trying to take them out. And they have to be for horses, but they were all set in with 4x4 posts concreted in the ground. They had double-sided 5/8 inch particle board wrapped in hardy plank, wrapped in aluminum corners. And it took a front end loader tractor, it took chainsaws, reciprocating saws, crowbars, and 3 full dumpsters to get the debris out of there. So now we've got all the debris out. Then it was time to bring the concrete guy in and relocate dirt, level the floor out. And so he made a lot of progress there, which created a new problem because I wanted to have a 12-foot driveway behind the barn, and having to cut enough of that hill out, we had 5 and 6 foot high cliffs of dirt. So we were wanting to put a retaining wall in at this point. And I'll do a total separate video on the retaining wall because that has turned into way more effort and work than we had ever anticipated. But trust me, it's going to be cool. So the pictures of the barn, if you notice, we have a very long, windy driveway going up to the house. To the left of our house is the barn. We're up on a high hill, and the high hill is really, really cool because we have miles of views. So having these great views really necessitates where you're going to place stuff in the barn. And what we decided is that the front of the barn obviously needs the views because we're going to have the big glass there. So that's where 16-foot depth is going to be our entertaining area by about 40 feet long. Then the back of the barn is where the cars are going to be diagonally angled in, and we're going to have a pedestrian door, we're going to have some more windows in it. It is going to be my ultimate man cave. I've been wanting to build something like this for probably 10 years, and I've always talked about it, and it's finally getting to the point where, because we moved to this new location, we have the property to do it, we are going to finally get the cool car facility that we always wanted. So stick with us. We'll show you some more progress. This is kind of just an introduction of the barn. You'll see some floor plan shots in here that I have shared a little bit. And I'll get much more in depth as we progress with the barn. So thanks for being with us at the Full Octane Garage. As you can see, this is going to be our temporary recording area. The sound is probably not going to be the best. You're going to hear noise in the background. You hear this water heater, you hear some air conditioning. Apologize for that, but it won't be long until we're in a better recording facility and we'll be able to deliver higher quality content. So again, thanks for being with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the cool content we have coming at you, and we will be back at you with a more regular video sometime soon.